This is the Jenga presentation. I'm Nakul Shrikant, and this is my final project for GamesCrafter 2023. So, the rules of the game are simple. You take one block on each turn from any level of the tower except the one below an incomplete top level, and placing it on the topmost level in order to complete your turn. The GamesCrafter modification we're going to make is that no gravity, and we're going to assume perfect play. And common sense logic still applies to ensure tower doesn't fall. And player without any moves left at the very end loses. And we gotta make sure that without any moves left so that the tower doesn't fall. But yeah. So why Jenga? Jenga is like a 3D version of the very first home fun we did, which was 10-0 by 1 or 2. Or we could also think of it as a different game variation of NIM. Rules constrain what pieces can be removed, and pieces removed are added to the top of the structure, thus creating new moves and possibilities. So this is what makes it fun because in the very first home fun or NIM, we took pieces and we were trying to go down to 0, but in this game, the pieces you start with equal the number of pieces you end with, and every 3 moves you're adding new layers, new possibilities of moves to make, so thus growing your game tree as you play. So that's why it's really fun and a different variation of home fun 1 or NIM. So this is the piece that we're going to dedicate in GamesCrafter Uni, and this is the background of the board. And this is like the pieces overlaid on top of each other. So in this move, you could see that we moved the middle piece out and put them on top. If we just had 3 blocks. And so that's kind of how that works. And you can either take the middle piece, or you can take or if not take the middle piece, you can take the 2 end pieces. That's kind of how that works. And each X here represents an empty slot. Pretty straightforward. So yeah. So now let's demo the auto GUI. We're gonna go to games, Jenga, and so right here, as you can see, these are all the possible moves. I'm gonna play a standard game just so we can simulate. So as player 1, I'm gonna take the centerpiece out. As player 2, I have 3 different choices. This is a lighter red, so it's saying it's a better move, but I'll just take the end piece to show what can happen. So as you can see, this other end piece is also available, but this is not. This is disabled. Why? Because taking this will indeed cause the tower to fall in a standard game of Jenga, and so this is why, on a common sense level, this is not a possible move, but this is a possible move. So let's just say another fumble, and we do that, and now player 2 is able to win by taking the centerpiece, and then all losing moves, so we're gonna do that, and then player 1 can win now, and player 2 can only do that, and player 1 wins regardless, and yeah, player 2, my bad. But yeah, that's kind of how this works, and this is SVG. So now that we have a demo, let me also have the computer play itself so we can see the perfect play. Yep, so there we go. Okay. So some things that are still in development is isometric view. This is something I hope to work on over the summer. I already have the SVG file of the individual blocks, left block and right block. It's just a matter of calculating the coordinates and adding them so it can build automatically on top of each other. So that's something that I'm working on, and will be updated in the summer or by the fall. And future developments for Jenga is that I hope to expand it to the full 39 piece version, because that is the standard game of Jenga. The scale is going to be quite big and require a lot of computation and complexity, very doable. I will also want to convert it from a Python solver to C to make it a little bit faster. It does take a really long time to get the database ready with the solver, even with the 15 piece I had. So I want to make it very faster. And also, maybe future GamesCrafter teams would like to create a hashing scheme to compress the database or add data compression on top of that, or try to find an ML model or a closed form solution. So maybe that's a future project for new GamesCrafters in the fall. Or we could also add variants. We already talked during our live presentation. Variants such as being able to remove any block except for the very most recent block, or being able to even remove the top row, not constrain it in any way or form. So maybe that we could also try out another creative demos. And for next year's Cal, we could also buy giant Jenga blocks for demos. So as a newbie, I learned how to encode games like Jenga, how to write solvers, how to update GamesCrafter Uni and GamesCrafter's UAPI, how to create SVG files and auto GUI integration, and basically just how to take a new game from ideation to product using the GamesCrafter's code base and methodology. And so with that, I'd like to thank everyone, and a huge shout out to Cameron for helping me out and helping me really understand the auto GUI integration, as well as understanding the GamesCrafter's code base. So I learned a lot, and I hope to share that knowledge with future GamesCrafters as well. So thank you.